Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Simon and we are the Whales of Wall Street. Today we are going to go through Veracity and BEPRO, two of our fun bags. So let's also announce here that we are edging towards the 400 subscriber mark. Thank you so much. Please do check out our videos, please do like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, and press the bell button next to subscribe to make sure that you get all the video notifications as and when we release them. So without further ado, let's go straight into today's topic. So BEPRO, Bet Protocol as previously known. We've done a video on this recently. Do check out at the end of this video. I will put a link to this and Veracity as well. But I want to keep you updated relatively weekly on these projects in bundled format. We got these bags very similar times a few months back at very good price points, and I still think today are very good price points for sure. All the analysis I would do today is very top line, very basic, but we are sort of getting that support line mechanism of that 1 cent mark. Doesn't sound as big as many of the other projects out there, of course, but in the grand scheme of things, this is a phenomenal project. I'm really excited about this one. This is a future one for me. It's not really one that I'm looking to personally trade too much of, if not any at all this particular run. But I just feel that it's great accumulation over these periods of times, and of course there are a few corrections along the way to get them a bit cheaper. I was personally buying them, and Steve was as well, around that sort of 0.002 0.001 mark way back maybe 5-6 months ago or so, and they did return to those prices over the last month or two, but now we're seeing the rise again. And will we get to the previous sort of highs that we saw? I think around near enough the 5 cent mark, but I will admit that 5 cent mark was very premature. It just completely rejected it. So I am looking sort of towards that 2 cent mark as a really good support line in the near future, maybe in a couple of months' time. But first of all, we need to just get through these price brackets. I do think the next level up for us is the 0.012 mark, where we then excel towards the 0.016 mark. But what I like about this chart at the moment is we are testing the resistance and support mechanism of this 1 cent. At the moment, it's very much bang on. We will do another update next week, of course, see how we are doing. In terms of the RSI, we're slap bang in the middle. It could relatively go either way. I'd be surprised at this stage if we're going to go back down to sort of the 0.008 mark, but we did test that once, twice, 3 times, and arguably went through it. So you could argue that that's 4 times we've sort of gone into that level. So I am anticipating that we're going to steady around this 1 cent mark for a bit longer, and then we can determine on the RSI whether we look to be retesting that mark to confirm, or we start edging upwards. That would be fantastic to see, and that would sort of confirm our movements towards the upside, towards that sort of 2 cent mark eventually and beyond. I'm not sure. There's been a lot of random predictions for BEPRO this year, like $1 and stuff like that, but I don't really anticipate that big a heavy deal. I'd be very impressed with like a 10 to 15 cent mark this year, or in this next bull run, up to maybe potentially 20 cents. I can't really see it going much further than that. I don't think that adoption is fully there. Yes, of course, there's always market progression and FOMOing, etc. like that, but I just can't see it, and I want to be realistic on this channel with you guys. I'd be extremely bullish and happy with that sort of 15 cent mark to 20 cent mark if it happens. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll do another analysis next week with a bit more of a full-on price prediction on both these projects, but for now it's just sort of reiterating what's happened in the last couple of months for BEPRO and where we are today. And that's the same for Veracity, and while we're on that topic, let's look at that one as well. Again, very similar pattern, but these guys tend to be pushing near enough the 2 cent mark. We've had, I would say, 3 or 4 rejections of that 2 cents. So it is a bit of a concern for Veracity at the moment. We may start testing back down to a bit more of the 0.018. but also the levels down here at 0.015. So don't be too dismayed if that happens. Veracity is again a fantastic project. We've done a video on it. We will leave that in the comment in the end of this video as a link. But what I would say about this is it is looking quite stable-ish over the last week or so. So the volumes are relatively balanced and good. So I do anticipate us playing around with this 0.018 mark a bit more before we confirm it, and then move towards that 2 cent and then upwards to the 0.022. I'm not going to get too carried away saying 0.025 just yet. I think that's a few weeks away, but let's see how it goes. Again, we've tested those areas before. We've been higher. We're very much in the early stages of Veracity, and again, like BEPRO, this is a long-term one for me. I think as we've explained in the previous video, the development of video streaming and everything like this, and confirmation of viewership and reliability, etc. This is a progressive thing. It's not something that happens overnight. And I think as Web 3.0 takes off fully, more cyber security and cyber regulations come in, we will see this kind of project really take on. And as we mentioned in the video, with the patent that they've got, secures their sort of initiative for about 17 years before anyone else can even remotely come near to doing some similar service to what they do. So they're very quite unique in what they do. It's not going anywhere. I think it's just a question of patience. And in terms of both of these, for those that don't know, you can get them both on KuCoin. Veracity has its own wallet. As mentioned in the previous video, you do need to transfer them across to the Veracity wallet. BEPRO does have a staking option on the KuCoin. However, it's extremely restricted. I was very fortunate to get a small bag over on that staking platform a couple of months ago and haven't looked back since. The rewards are fantastic, so do check it out every day on the KuCoin PoolX platform for staking opportunities with BEPRO. There are other options I'm sure out there as well. We haven't really covered that predominantly. I'm just going with what I know. That is all I want to share with you guys at this point in time. But yeah, let's keep an eye out for these two projects. I think they're quite balanced at the moment, both of them in a similar proportion within the market, looking at it in that way. But like I said, nothing's financial advice on any of these videos, but I would say that for both of these, there's very good accumulation opportunities right now, irrespective of whether it goes down to 0.002 again or it stays at this 1 sort of cent, 2 cent level. I do think in the future, again, not financial advice, just personal opinion, that these two will be fantastic projects for the years to come, and we will look back at these prices and laugh at them for sure. So let's do a bit of a review on this time next week and see where we are, and I can update you guys. So that just wraps up this mini video on BEPRO and Veracity. Hope you found it informative. Please do like the video. It really helps the algorithms and helps us boost our channel as much as possible. And we do thank you very much for the subscribers that have subscribed already. If you haven't done so and you do find this informative and interesting, please do subscribe. We love it, and we do get involved with all the comments as well. So let us know if you're invested in BEPRO or Veracity, and what you think of these projects yourself, and what are your price predictions for this year as well. We always like to know, and we do call out in the videos in the future people's predictions and things like that. It's a bit of fun. So I hope you've enjoyed it, guys, and we will see you and Veracity and BEPRO on the moon, and take care.